partner.
We're live, man. You were talking about this podcast a long while, bro. So it's fucking lit to see it going. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm here with Josh Landers, one of my longest best friends. But yeah, I wanted to start by just saying you're one of the bigger inspirations for doing this. Back in the session room, we pretty much had a podcast, just
Seriously.
never recorded. But we always talked about doing something like this, and finally, here we are. We get to do it. So, to start,
Yeah, where you want to start, Jim?
I just want to
Talk
ask.
to me. We got so much history, Jim. It could go in so many directions. I was thinking about this all day. I was like, are we going to be getting back to good old Matt Landers and Mike Riley
Well,
getting their
okay,
teaching credentials at San Jose State? Like, are we
exactly.
taking it all the way back?
I
Like, where
think
do
you
we
have to.
start here?
I think you have to, and so that's what I was going to say. We've been friends for a long time, but really, I think we've known each other longer than we thought we have because our dads were friends and going through the same teaching program together. And turns
Those
out,
that can't do, teach.
exactly, and
And
those like
those that can't teach Jim.
100% School of Rock, baby. Um, no, but it turns out they were the only two normal teachers, like it usually is. You get one or two people you can go have a beer with after class and fucking hang out with, and that's what they were. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's really where our story starts. But my first memory of you was actually, well, the one that like sticks in the most is you giving out yarmulkes in middle school.
The best for the bar mitzvah that never was.
I know,
I know
but
many of you kept it for many years.
I still have one. I was gonna say. I still have. I think one or two. You were just like, here, have one. I know you're gonna come. Take an extra. I still have them tucked away. Yeah, that's my first Jlannd memory, and let me tell you, not much has changed since that time.
Not at all. Nothing's changed but the weather. But that's funny because, that's like a family heirloom at this point. Stuff of legend right there. Stuff of legend.
Right?
It's like getting like tickets or merch from like a game that got canceled. You're just like, yee, man, rare, ultra rare.
Exactly, and everyone knows. You bring up that story, and everyone's like, "I remember that." He brought a bag of them to school. We were all. I mean, I went to Catholic school my whole life. Never met anybody who was Jewish before that I knew. You know what I mean? You were like my first
Yeah.
friend. And
Wow,
so
look at that.
right, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's always like my first Josh. When someone's like, "What's your memory of Josh?" Your first one's that, and then the bro tanks. Obviously, the bro tanks of middle school, horrible.
Yeah, so
Just
that bro tank era is exactly when I have my first memory of Jim, which is Derek Sorensen buying white Air Force Ones and getting a gray back JanSport backpack and sagging it all the way down. And that was my first introduction to Jimmy, was everyone calling out Derek for dressing exactly like you. So that's a classic memory, standing by that little tree on Varsity Lane. The best, dude.
so
The best.
good. Yeah, D Lee did. He went the Air Force Ones, ripped logo off the JanSport.
Middle school it's a scary time, man. You don't
Exactly.
know. You're supposed to have this whole thing for yourself, but you're like, my parents have been dressing me this whole time. So you're
Right.
like, let me just go with the top dog, and can't go
Top
wrong.
dog. I was
Copying
not the
top
top
dog.
dog. I was the new kid. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, good time. So yeah, that's a little bit of the start. But how have you been as of late? How's shit going? How's
Man,
work?
I've been
How's
chilling.
life?
Yesterday I took a little sick day, mental health day from work after the long Halloween weekend
Love
for the
that.
first time since I started there. So it's been like almost 4 or 5 months now. So it's
That's
like
well earned.
well earned. I was like, all right, let me get this little paid sick leave. So I just slept until noon. It was beautiful. I still woke up before Dante, so that's
God.
just the best. So to catch everyone up, I am living in a converted garage. In the back of in the Well, I guess you could say the back of the house, but yeah, still made it up before Dante, which is just classic.
And who are you living with? It's Dante, Will, and you? Just you three?
And me and Fretz. Fretz is
Oh,
our
that's
last
right.
one. Fretz is Dante's college roommate. So yeah, life's been chilling, man. Fucking every day, just been coming home, playing some 2K, playing some Madden.
Wow. New 2K?
Always the new 2K. I invested just for the My Player. Gave that about a week, and then it was done. So yeah, I was like, I don't know if I got the time to fucking invest in this
Well,
shit right
guys just
here.
get
But
way too good way too fast. It's like, what the fuck? It's like makes it
yeah.
not fun to play.
It's like I'm either gonna play on the easiest difficulty mode and just run shit, or just not be able to score. So it's kind of like a tough little balance there.
Right.
But as you can see, we got the dartboard
I
running
know you've
up
always been
live.
a dart guy. You guys playing
Exactly,
a
bro.
bunch, hustling people downtown.
None of that, bro. None of that. But I do have a kind of fun. Oh no! There goes the Trough.
It happens,
Oh
but it's not
no!
even the
So
video's not
I do
recorded,
have a funny story
fortunately.
about playing some billiards down in downtown or PB or wherever the fuck it was, and there's just these three dudes. I didn't know they were Army dudes, but I found out that
Oh
they were Army
no.
dudes. San Diego, a lot of Army dudes around. Speaking of
Yes.
which, got the
Wow. Are you in the army?
fresh Army cut just so I could,
That
I
is
could be like, yeah,
amazing.
we lost a lot of good men out there.
Oh my god. Hey, speaking of RIP takeoff.
Hey, R.I.P. Takeoff, R.I.P. all those that died for Cunch,
What?
and
For the the conch?
in all seriousness. And so back to the story. We're here, we're playing. It's me and someone. We're playing against these Army guys. There's this one guy. He's from Bama, and they call him Big Country.
Mm,
And this is the type of
I've
dude.
seen this story.
And this is the type of dude. You put him in a cage with 10 grown men that want to kill him. He's gonna eat them. He's gonna. My money's on Big Country. So pretty much we're playing, but it's all good. Good vibes. He fucking his boy challenged him to chug the pitcher of beer.
Oh no.
he's like, dude, I can kill this right now. Guy's like, no, you can't. And it was just one of those classic moments where it's like, are you really like, are we really gonna do this? Like, it's like no one's gonna let the pride go. Like, we're not
Exactly.
gonna let it go until you fucking drink it, and he's not gonna let us fucking go
That's
until he drinks
classic military guys. Just fucking big dicksmanship. It's so
it. Put
ridiculous.
down maybe 3/4 of a beer's worth of beer. Maybe a beer and a half. I'll give him a beer and a half. It was a good chug, but out the pitcher, it didn't really make a dent, if you know what I mean. It
Yes.
wasn't like, oh, you put that down. It was like, knew you can do it. But yeah, we we kept playing, and then our homie Raj, which I'm not sure if you're familiar,
I don't think so.
but he's of Indian descent.
Oh, is he?
Couldn't tell by the name,
Mr. Mathai?
yes, and anyway, he comes over and he's drunk as a skunk, dude. And he's coming over and he's just asking all the wrong questions to these guys. Like, oh, you guys in the military?
You
Like,
ever killed anybody?
that's like, I don't know what he said, but it must have been that type of shit. And the guy's like, kind of like, they're having like some words. Like, he's like pissed at him. And then I'm just like, whoa, like, what's going on? And he's just drunk as a skunk, whatever. And then he goes into the bathroom and we see these guys kind of have that, like, I don't know if words were exchanged out loud, but they all kind of gave each other the look. Like,
Right.
are we about to go in there and beat this guy's ass
Oh
or not?
fuck.
And cooler heads prevailed. But it was funny because I just saw that guy this past weekend out and about, and I was like, "Where's
Raj
Raj?"
or oh, you saw Big Country out and about this weekend?
You
Or
said what?
who'd you see out and about this weekend? Raj or Big Country?
No, Big Country.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What up?" And it was one of those things where I knew him, like I knew his face, I knew
Right.
everything, and I gave him the what up, and he gave me like the what up, like dap up, and it was just like, nah, he doesn't not remember me. This guy's just dapping up everyone in the bar, type deal.
That's a tough
Big
feeling.
Big Country, gotta love it.
You gotta love a guy with the name Big Country. I feel like they're either like the
best or the worst.
Exactly. There's no in between with Big Country. He's either the biggest asshole or like the biggest, sweetest fucking goofball.
Yeah, so at the end, we had a Big Country of our own, and this guy was big.
Was it
And
country?
I
Is
don't
it
know if he was
Riley Kirk?
authentically country, but he was country.
Ugh,
And I think he had a Ford tattoo, or maybe it was Chevy.
Jesus
I think it
Christ.
was Chevy. I think he had the Chevy tattoo on the back of the neck.
That's America.
American flag fucking belt every day. But this guy was just slightly retarded and also and also like just not athletic at all. Just the
Oh,
type of guy that is just but he was like abnormally big, like
yeah, he was big country big.
legit like big,
He
like
was
super
Lenny
big.
from fucking Of Mice and Men.
Yeah, exactly. Like the type of big any coach will be like, "You play football?" No.
Right. You
You play
should.
football.
You do now.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
exactly. So
That's
that was classic. And that last story I just told actually kind of reminds me of another story that me and Dante were just kind of riffing about. Is I go up to San Francisco, we're having a night out on the town, and I'm
mm-hmm.
with Dante, his sister, and some of her friends, and I don't know, we're like in like the marina or like North Beach, is that what it's called? Anyway, this guy comes up and he like gets in line right behind us, right? And that's like the end of the line pretty much. And so, so or actually he's in front of us in line. He's
Mm-hmm.
in front of us in line and we pull up right next to him. However many minutes later, a group of guys, maybe like very broy, like a bunch of Bretts, low key, bunch of Chads come running up. They're like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Like coming up, kind of reminds me of the Brett Foley story, where
At
I ripped your
Shoreline.
shirt
Oh,
at Shoreline.
that's a fucking. You ripped Mikey's shirt at Shoreline. That's
Even
not even
worse,
my
the
shirt.
eldest. Even worse. um, but anyway, I assume they're friends, and I'm like, oh no, bro, they're not coming up in front of us. Like you just take one step back. You go with your boys, and I
Right.
like kind of like, grab him, kind of throw him back. Turns out this guy must have owed them money
Oh
because they
no.
took this guy
Oh.
and started beating his ass and threw him into a car.
Oh shit! You just witnessed a kidnapping. You got a guy. You're an accessory to that crime.
I fed him to the wolves, dude.
Holy
I fed
shit!
him to the slaughter. It was such a good memory, though.
That is crazy. Is it just randomly like out in SF? Like, nah, like
Yeah,
go
like
back. And
I don't
then,
know. Like he was like, no. In hindsight,
did he fight it at all, or was he just like, yeah, I saw this coming?
he just got he just got two it into the fucking bumper.
2-1 into the bumper. It's a back injury, not a head injury.
It's a back injury. He for sure sustained a back injury from that car. But that's another good fight story. And I did allude to the Brett's fight story, so I do feel like we're on the pod. We're here to pod.
Right.
I might as well get some of these goodies off my chest. Please,
Yes.
please do jump in. If you want me to.
Well, I would like to set up the story and let you tell it. So
Perfect.
I am at the time working at a Christian preschool, and I am house sitting Matt Toscano. So I am just going a early shift, 6 a.m. I don't have much stuff with me. I'm just going to and from Toscano's, and I think it was like a Friday night. I get a text from the Joe Nato, Joe Goody, and he goes, "Hey, Van Halen tickets, got a bunch. Are you in?" And because he knew I like classic rock, and he literally the whole time just wanted to talk to me about Van Halen. He didn't want to listen to music. That's why I love the kid.
Been a dad since '06.
Exactly, 100%. So I'm like, absolutely. And I say, I'm house sitting. Let's pregame there, like we do. And so we get there. You're coming from, I forget where, maybe football, somewhere
I'm
to
not.
where you didn't have a
Yeah.
change of clothes and you didn't have a shirt that you wanted to wear. And you go, "Do you have an extra shirt?" To which I say, "Yes, here's Mikey's shirt. Don't rip it. Whatever you do, don't ruin it. Don't spill on it. Just please don't rip it or ruin it." Because in classic Josh fashion, he would have eaten something and spilled all over it.
Correct. So I was on my best behavior that night.
No. And so we go to the concert, and then I'll let you take it.
So then me and Brett are walking in. For those of you that are familiar with Shoreline, it's a large grass area where it's just a free for all, just a freaking jungle of country music and making out. And so
Sloppy
pretty much
shoreline.
we're just walking through, and remember that it is a hill, probably 35% steep, if that's a terminology. But anyway, we're walking up and we're walking to the
A
center of the grass
35%
area.
grade.
And we walk. What was that?
It's a grade.
Grade. I was looking for the word. I knew there was a word.
Sorry, I was drinking.
And we're walking past these other group of guys. We're kind of crossing paths, and Brett just goes, "You're gonna have to bleep this one out." He goes, "What's up?"
Just wait on it.
Allegedly,
Allegedly, yes.
allegedly, it was blurry. And then he goes, "What's up, pussy?" And I'm like, "Oh, these guys are boys. Like these guys, no one talks to strangers like that. These guys are boys." So I kind of, go up. I got a shoulder of each of them. Like I'm about to just have a good old time, and we're about to hug and dap up. Meanwhile, I just get a straight right to the jaw, and it's on. So we're fucking brawling. I'm rolling down the hill, scratching, clawing. Anyway, end result, Brett whoops their ass. I get up like, what the fuck? And my shirt is ripped would be an understatement. There was less shirt left than there was shirt.
It was literally a cape. You had the collar around your neck and one arm in, and then it was ripped up the other sleeve and through the back. It was fucking incredible to say the least.
So bad. But Jim, being the great friend that he is, forgave me. I believe I righted that ship. You would remember better than I would.
Nope, 100%. You, I think, overnighted maybe a shirt because I was very disappointed at the time. But yeah, no, it was Mikey's shirt, and you definitely bought a new one. If it was mine, I probably would have just said fuck it. But it was a brand new New York City Steph Curry All-Star Game shirt. Oh
yeah, I remember. Was it black?
Black, yes sir. I still wear it. I stole it from him, so thank you. But yeah, no, that was a classic. Van Halen, probably one of the best concerts I've seen at Shoreline. Obviously, Eddie Van Halen wasn't there, but still, I've just classic rock over country right now. And we've seen a lot of country concerts there, but nothing was like that.
Yeah, my first concert I ever attended was at Shoreline.
Same.
Can you guess the artist? I got $1. I got $1 if you can guess the artist. Yeah, I feel like you might pull this out your hat. I'll give you some hints. I went with Chad and Linda Pikerme and Pam.
I want to say Wiz.
Wiz, final answer?
Wiz, final answer.
It was Lil Weezy.
Oh, Weezy F. Wow, that is such a Chad concert to go to. Was he dating Linda at the time?
Nah.
God.
But I was throwing oops from a young age, my boy.
I know you were. You always tried.
Always got to try, my boy.
And
if you can't throw the oop, there's always the crumbs. Respectfully.
Respectfully. I've never been a crumb guy myself. I
know it. Trust me.
I'll go home and play with my own toys, but
have some dignity. Have some pride.
Exactly. Yeah. My first concert was, guess who? Shoreline.
Your first concert must have been Zach Brown Band.
No, 8th grade. Before that, it was with
right.
Jacob Holder. It was a rock concert. I guess you'd call it rock.
I guess you'd call it rock.
They played on classic rock stations now, just the last couple of years.
They played on classic rock stations now the last couple of years. Well, then it must be Third Eye Blind.
Green Day, close. Wow, same sort of. Which is weird.
I should have got that.
Yeah, but it's weird that they played on classic rock. I just feel like it's still too modern to be.
Yeah,
classic rock.
It's such a thing that the 2000s are just becoming the classics, because we're just of that age. So,
and that's like I was like just looking up. I was like thousands rap groups. I was looking at stuff for like Migos. I was thinking like what couple things. I was looking at those and just like was amazed at how, because I typed in thousands expecting like the last couple years, and I was like, oh shit, like definitely like you got to type in like the 10,000s now. You know what I mean? Like I just never occurred to me. But I was thinking Migos. Do you think they continue on?
Well, they were already separated.
Yeah, but do you think they come back and like do something in his honor, or do you think they just stay separated and just call it a?
I'm thinking that they just call it a day.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, in terms of like honoring his life, like I
Right.
think they'll come together for a funeral or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like like all that stuff. But in terms of the Migos, I think that'll just be what it was, you know.
Right.
Especially since it was already, you know, kind of going in that
On the
direction.
fritz, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn.
But the 2000s is like an odd one because I feel like it's actually, I mean, I don't want to hate on my childhood, but one of the worst eras, arguably. And just from a perspective of this, not overall, but just from perspective as we were talking about rap groups and the state of hip hop in the in the mid 2000s, like this is like the trashiest era of hip hop, but yet it also has all these classics that like is really what people want to hear these days. I feel like at a party people are really fiending for that 2000s music, dude.
Right. Nostalgia, and I feel like I can't tell if it's more because it's actually good music or if it's just nostalgia. You know what I mean?
That's
And
what I'm saying. Like
probably a little.
objectively, the 2000s. Maybe it's just a style thing, of course.
Yeah.
That's like a preference thing, of course. But it's like this is the era where Nas made the album like hip hop's dead. Like we're talking 3 6 Mafia. Like it was and Soulja Boy. Like we're talking Soulja Boy era hip hop.
Yeah, and
You know,
it's
and he's. I mean,
Soulja Boy did it first.
how do we feel? Yeah, how do you, Drake? How do we feel?
Drake?
How do we feel about Soulja Boy?
I'm been the biggest fan since God, what was his name? Was it Miki Aqua dressed as him in 6th grade for Halloween? That's when I found out who Soulja Boy was.
No recollection, but
you don't know Miki?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh my God, he was the little black kid. He named his dog Meow and his cat Ruff. I mean, just a classic.
That's so cute.
But yeah, no, big Soulja fan.
Yeah.
You? What'd you do over Halloween? What'd you guys get into down there?
So we hosted a little Halloween party / costume contest.
Ooh, costume contest.
So maybe a little recap here is in order. So yeah, we made a costume contest because I didn't want anyone half-assing.
That's you have to put a stipulation on it, or someone will show up in a jersey and it's like, all right.
Yeah, like there were 1 or 2, but it's like I had to like pull them into a corner and be like, look, man.
Give him a Matt Brown bow.
Flying triangle.
Oh! Did you see T City reposted? Wow. T City reposted J.O.'s sister's Instagram yesterday for Halloween. Pretty sick.
Wait, what?
Brian Ortega, T City.
Oh, nice.
Reposted J.O.'s sister's Instagram. I was like, wow.
Let's go.
Sick, T City.
Let's go.
But costume contest.
Costume contest. So yeah, so then with that being said about not wanting people to come half-ass, we did not want to come half-ass either. So, you know, we had to make that spirit store run. We got some lights, you know, we got a little clown hanging on the mirror, you know, some black lights. We did our thing.
Ooh,
we did
nice.
our thing.
Hell yeah. And now, did you guys do a group thing or like as a costume or did you all go individual? Okay.
Nah, but there were some standout group performances. Wow. And I won't bury the lead here. I will lead with our unofficial winner.
Okay.
Which was KB and his girlfriend Sheridan.
Oh, what'd they come as?
Deshaun Watson and a masseur.
Shut
or
up.
Masseuse.
That's good. Okay, that's an acceptable football jersey.
So
costume.
He wore the jersey. I was like, man, what the fuck, dude?
And then you saw Sheridan. You're like,
the towel.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, he came in a towel.
And then Sheridan shows up and she's got the lotion. It was just.
That's really fucking good. That's
incredible. So honorable mention. Things got a little handsy.
Ooh. Good or bad?
Just horrible joke. Maybe if you say the word correctly, it'll hit better. But so then some honorable mentions for couples was Chad and Sharon came as just some trailer trash. Dick's morning wood service.
Oh, I saw that.
And she came pregnant, and the pregnant looked so real, and it was.
Yeah, didn't she have like a cigarette coming out the mouth too, just to really white trash it up? I feel like I saw that. I was like, wow, that's a good look. I mean, not a good look, but a good costume.
So then, yeah, it was. And so then they low-key had my vote. I liked Sharon's costume a lot. Chad's was a little whatever, but it was good. I saw like 5 other people wear it throughout the
I think I saw
weekend.
Jlannd wear something similar, so I'm like, eh.
Yeah, it's like, don't be that guy,
Right.
you know. But Chad pulled it off, obviously. And then Matt Melendrez is actually the other unofficial winner.
Oh.
If we were judging it based off how many times their name was said throughout the party versus how many people took the time to vote, Matt Melendrez was the runaway winner. He was the Ben Stiller character from Dodgeball. What's his name?
White. Ha. White Goodman.
White Goodman. And so he came fully stashed up with the pads. It was great.
Oh, he looked really good, and he did the like the Fu Manchu or whatever as well.
Yes,
that was a well done. And then were Kenny and Chris there as well?
Yeah. So Daw was a forgettable costume. It seems like.
No, not for me.
Did you see any snaps or anything?
Yeah, he was a coach of the Bears.
Oh, Mike Ditka.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he
and
was
Kenny,
Mike Ditka.
Kenny was Will Ferrell. And Kenny was Will Ferrell. They did Kicking and Screaming.
Oh, that was so good, actually.
Yes.
Kenny's was really. I mean, they were both. That was a really good one. Wow, there were some bangers, dude. There was another Will Ferrell character. What's the one where he's a figure skater?
Oh, Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory. We had Blades of Glory show up.
Who was that? Tell me he had his Jimmy McElroy with him.
It was Ashlew and her girlfriend.
Her girlfriend? What the fuck?
I'm
just kidding.
I just want to sneak that in there. No, that's Matt's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. And then what were some other goodies? I'm trying to think. Will Lamb went with Slim Shady.
Nice. Bleached?
Bleached. He was already bleached.
It's a cop.
He's been listening to a lot of Frank Ocean lately. It's a thing.
He's in his feels. Someone get him some help. He's in San Diego. Get out in the sun, Will.
Yeah. No, it's good. Will's really on his workout kick, dude. Got the runner's itch bad.
Fuck yeah.
We've been hooping, so you're gonna appreciate this. Me and Don's were hooping yesterday, empty gym, 1-on-1, and then people filed in later, and we ended up getting a run in. 2-0, no big deal. So the gym to finish it. So the gym guy comes in. He's like, I gotta set up volleyball, fucking 7:30 or whatever the deal is. And we're like, all right, fuck it. All right, good game, tie game, y'all, good game. He's like, tie game.
What? Yeah.
Whoa, and he starts picking everything up, rolling his shit back. He's like, we're not gonna end on a tie game. Come down, feed the big man, give and go. Finds me back. 1 pump, 2 pump, 3 pumps.
That's
got it to go.
A Josh Landers Todd Meeker special. Just an undersized big man utilizing the pump fake. Get him in the air, draw the foul. Let's go.
Just overutilizing it. So tough.
But it worked. The big guy, all he wants to do is jump. I mean, I would jump on Todd's back like 10 out of 10 times and just be like, all right, well, at least you're not shooting the layup because I'm going to molest you right here.
Or like sometimes you try and do like a sick move and you're like, I could have just pump faked 3 times and fucking either drawn a foul or got a bucket.
100%. Like
low risk, like high reward, But yeah, so anyway, we were going to play 1-on-1, or we did play 1-on-1, and we played 2 games. The first game, you got to after you score, you got to make the free throw to keep the ball.
Ooh, I like that's a good addition to winner takes.
Yeah, and then the second version we did was you got to make the free throw for it to count.
I mean, I wouldn't like that one as much. I can't hit free throws, but I still like the fact that it forces you, because you can't just fucking power down the lane. Then it kind of neutralizes a lot of things.
And when else do you practice like free throws when you're actually tired?
Good point. But when else are you gonna actually need to shoot free throws when you're tired as a 30-year-old?
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
Alumni game once a year, you get that.
And that's what we're talking about, Jim. I already bought my flight. I'm taking PTO for that Wednesday alumni game.
Let's go.
You know I had to.
Do you know?
So I know
go on.
No, I was gonna say I know you'll be in the stands. I hope you will.
Yep. No, I'll be there. Do you know if anyone else is playing? Have you talked to anyone about it?
I mean, Ken and Orlando.
Ooh.
We did see Orlando.
That
recently.
is Amazing. Where did you see him? This weekend down in San Diego?
No. At what's it called? We saw him at Matt's at Brian's thing.
Oh shit, that's right. How was that, by the
Yeah,
way?
that was dope, man. It was a beautiful service, a really beautiful
Yeah.
whole thing, man. Perfect vibe. It was in a little barn, kind of tucked away, open bar,
Sweet.
some dank food. We're talking potatoes.
Yeah.
No, but there's
potatoes.
a story I would like to share from it that I thought was awesome.
I would
You know,
love
everyone's
nothing
telling
more.
their stories. The one lady goes, I don't have much to say, so I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, like Brian, and and just keeps it moving. It was so good.
That is such a
But
good one.
the story that stood out to me was, I guess one of his buddies had asked him to help out at his sister's wedding, like help serve drinks or whatever. And then he gets there, and it turns out like there's no AC in that room, and it's in the middle of summer, and it's like 100, 108, 109, just ridiculously hot. And it turns out that the keg doesn't have the tap that they thought it would have, so he's gonna have to pump everyone's
shit.
drinks. And then he goes, all right, here's where you're going to be set up. And then he comes back, goes to check on his sister, comes back an hour later, and Brian's in there with his tie tied around his head, keeping the sweat out of his eyes, pumping out drinks, smiling, having a good time with everyone, and going, fuck you. When he comes to check on him, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Tell me that's not fucking Brennan Young in a nutshell.
really is.
Immediate tie around the head. Claims it's for sweat, but it's for swag purposes only.
Absolutely.
That is so great.
Yeah, Brian's got a good thing. He has a really good thing with that no-cow, with no children or women, which is that annual pretty much boys' weekend or week that they do, golfing, beer pong, all these things adding up to points. And they make jerseys, and your jersey number is like the place that you got last year. So if you got a high jersey number, that's no good.
Oh, wow. That's kind of sick.
And so all the guys were there wearing their jerseys, sharing
cool.
stories from that
Nice.
type of shit. Yeah. And so, yeah, I guess Brennan, I guess the plan is for us to kind of take over that no-cow thing as they sort of age out,
Really?
And as we start to get children and women.
Right, exactly. As we start needing a place to fucking go. Do a lot of his friends have kids that are about Brennan's age, or are they kind of not into it, or?
Maybe a third of them, but
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I don't know. There weren't too many that were there. But I know the kids are already starting to, like, join.
Yeah, because I remember Brennan looked forward to that forever, and then he finally fucking turned 18 or whatever, or maybe 21 it was, I forget. But
yeah, well, I guess he's been killing it. He was killing it out there, but then there was some like old school game that he couldn't get down. There's like all the new school games he had, but then they played some game he never heard of,
Yeah. But yeah, no, I heard his golfing's been A1, so he says. I don't know, Brent, if you're listening to this, stop scratching out numbers on those scorecards and you're going by yourself. But
him and P-Hawk, man. Him and P-Hawk. But yeah, I think I might golf this weekend on Sunday. So that'll be cool.
You've been going a bunch up there golfing?
Nah, but I went maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago with Kenny, Matt Melendrez, and Kendall.
Oh, nice.
And we played a little scramble, and we bet unlimited pitchers in one sitting.
Wow. Who were the teams?
So it wasn't hard to convince Kendall that he was the best golfer there.
Me and Drew did this to him and their stupid friend. I forget his name, but yes.
So yeah, it wasn't hard to convince him he was the best player there and that he should be paired up with Matt. And Kenny hit bombs down the fairway all day.
And your short to medium game's money.
Short to medium. I was hitting my 9 irons, my 8 irons. I was putting them, far away from the hole, but on the green. I was doing some things out there, chipping it in there pretty close. I had highlight of my day personally was maybe a little 6-footer.
Oh yeah.
Straight downhill. Just
That's
just
a
touch
tough
and go.
putt.
You just touch it and let it roll, and it went straight in, and it was on fucking Kendall's birdie. And it was for birdie.
Fuck, that sucks so much for Kendall.
Yes, bro, it was the best, dude.
That's awesome.
Kenny had a nice little eagle look.
Really?
He missed it.
Damn. Was it? I mean, obviously a par five. I'm assuming.
I think it was a par 4.
Holy. So he
Maybe it
drove
must have
green.
been a birdie look. Maybe I'm tripping.
Well, did he
He hit
drive
it on the
green?
green.
Yeah. Then it could have been a par four. Yeah. If he's driving
Yeah,
green, putting. Yeah, that's
yeah,
definitely.
it
That's
was nice.
sick. I've only had one or two. I had one at Santa Teresa. I forget what hole. I think it's 11, but it goes dogleg right and it's uphill, and I literally hit the pin, and because it's at a slant, it was on like that weird edge where like the cup shrinks off, and I put pin
Yes.
in, and it hit the pin, and it like fell out, and I wanted to kill myself. Cole Carnahan told me to count it, and as the golf guy, he
Never.
exactly I couldn't, but
No.
he's like, you can count that. I was like, no, I can't. But um, that's sick.
Yeah, we see how Cole gets those low scores.
No. He's legit. He was. I was having a bad day. He was trying to help a brother out.
I feel that. I mean, Cole's one of the first people that taught me how to golf, honestly. When I was
I
maybe like freshman, sophomore, we go out to Santa Teresa short course, play around, throwing hammers.
hammers. Oh my god, I haven't in so
Did I get
long.
you juiced right now?
Yeah, could you tell?
So, I don't know if you're familiar with the product Rogue.
I am. I've.
Talk to me.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of really any of the. Not Rogue. Not what's the Zins. I don't do none of those. I got nicotine toothpicks that have just like a super low amount that have been kind of nice. Just for something, but you doing the rogues? You like those?
I just threw in a hammer. No, yeah, I just threw in a Rogue. The Rogues are cool. Dante has them. I've been on my Zen hype tough,
Yeah.
just at work all day.
Do you guys have like fruity flavors out there and stuff? Can you still get like citrus and all that, or did you guys ban them as well?
Nah, we got citrus. Damn liberal media, dude. Taking
Hey.
away our flavors.
None of that. Hey, he's lying. He's lying.
I'm trying to get a shadow ban, Jim. That's how we get. That's how we blow up, bro.
Right. That's when no one watches this. I'm just gonna claim shadow ban. That's what
Yeah.
all great comedians do.
Well, speaking of shadow ban, I don't
Talk to
want to
me.
give a hint to my first pick. Um, but
Kanye West or who?
but shall we introduce the?
Yeah, I'll let you
game?
introduce it. This was your kind of idea. I got prepared, but I think you'd be better at introducing it because when I introduced it to my dad, he looked at me like I was a fucking
Like an idiot?
exactly. But
Man, that's because he loves you.
yeah, something like that.
All right, so what it is we're gonna do a little draft here. All right, and I like doing these little drafts because you get to figure out the crux of some things here. So what we're gonna do is we have a hypothetical situation. We're staying in a beach house, American Pie 2 style, for the summer. You know what I mean? We're there to party. We're there to whatever, have a good time. You're living with these people for 3 months. All right, we're
Right,
splitting groceries with these people. We're splitting the sink with these people. We're
right.
splitting the toilet with these people, and we're definitely going to the beach and having a good time with these people. All right, and so we're gonna go ahead and draft our houses, and of course I'll let Jim have the first pick. And the only stipulation is that the pool that we're drafting from, are we doing current or all time?
It don't matter to me. Let's go all time. It
All right,
opens up the pool a little bit more,
all right. I'm gonna have to expand my thought process,
or we'll
but
go alive. Go alive.
alive.
Yeah,
I like that.
because
Even
yeah,
though
I
that,
feel like you
I
want.
don't. I think we're doing all time. We're doing all time.
Okay, that's fine. All
All
time.
right, all right. We're doing all time. So yeah, we'll pick 5 guys. There's gonna be 6 people in this house, close quarters. Um, so yeah, why don't we go ahead and you have? Does anyone have any questions? Nope. All right, cool. Jim, the first pick is all yours.
Do. What's the draft noise?
That was close enough.
Yeah, something like that. With the first pick of the first annual American Pie draft for the NBA head coaches, Jimmy Riley selects Luke Walton.
Luke Walton. And I gotta say, it's a great pick. And I'm gonna give a little analysis here, breakdown, if I may. I mean, with a father like that, who is just chest deep in Grateful Dead mosh pits. You want to come backstage and watch? Nah. I'm going to be in another realm.
Exactly.
So that's who raised him.
That's the sole reason I picked Luke Walton. Is he's got a hold of his dad's stash. You know he does. His dad's the type of guy that's holding on to like acid from the 70s. You know what I mean? It's like a aged Quaalude. You're got the good
juice,
stuff,
dude. He definitely's got loots, dude. You're getting me juice,
right? And then Luke is also he's a planner. That guy's gonna come up with everything for you. I mean, he drew up every play, every out of bounds play for the Dubs when he was there. Best at it. They need to bring him back. But Luke,
likable guy,
very likable, and seems cleanly, which is big.
He does seem very cleanly. Like
right.
I share that opinion, and I don't know him personally, but
he could be the biggest fucking pig, but he seems.
All right, so I'm not going to go too far down the bench.
Wow.
From Luke Walton, I'm only going to go one seat over, and I'm going to go ahead and grab Mr. 1, Steve Kerr.
Wow.
Little Stevie spot up.
And what's the reason for the Steve Kerr pick? Is it just...
So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, not to give up too much of my strategy here, but I'm thinking the home front, we got to handle the home front first. We need good roommates. We need diplomatic people. We need low maintenance, easygoing, chaos handlers. We need a guy that's going to do the dishes and not complain. He's going to take out the trash. You're not going to have to worry about that. And you know what? He'll probably have a girl every time.
Okay.
He will add one girl to the party every time. It might not be 5, but it won't be 0.
I 100% agree with that. And that's definitely going into thought in my picks here. Are we snaking this? Are you taking 2 in a row?
Nah, I think we got 2-man. I think we got to go back and forth.
Okay, so with Luke and Steve, hold on. Let me grab a pen and jot these down.
Let's make this official. And maybe we'll throw a poll on. Do we have a Trough Top Instagram?
We have an Instagram, Twitter. I haven't posted anything, or I just took the handles just so they're there.
We could cut this up. YouTube Shorts.
Wow.
Shout out Rosillo.
A minute. My editing skills are fucking dog shit, but.
I thought you were about to say they're getting on point.
No, I mean, they're getting way better, but I just don't have good software. So it's really hard to work with iMovie on a 2012 computer.
Yeah.
But, okay, so Kerr, Luke Walton, off the board. You're talking about Kerr bringing in a girl, at least one. I'm talking Ime bringing the whole fucking party with them. Fucking Ime, pick 2. Let's go. That's
a steal.
That's the reason. I know. I thought you were gonna pick him 1. And I was like, we'll go Luke. We'll get the drugs, and then priorities.
Bring the bitches.
Exactly.
Jesus.
But that's the reason I wanted to go all time. So he's not technically a coach right now.
I see. I would have given you that though.
Yeah, and I mean Luke's not technically either, but yeah, exactly. You know what he seems like he's bringing a good time. Might be a little hot on the media right now, but that'll all lay over. He needs a break anyways. Come join us at the house, brother. Mr. Ime.
That's a great choice. And I love it. And so now that it's back, the ball is in my court. I gotta say, I didn't make a list.
See, I came prepared.
I didn't make a list, but I do have a few names on the board that I still want here. I'm just trying to decide which direction you might go with it. But for this one, I think we're going to go down to San Antonio. We're going to grab a nice bottle of some French wine, and we're going to listen to Mr. Popovich talk about the world.
Holy shit, that sounds miserable.
By the fireplace. Now, it's the thing about styles here. It's all about preference right now.
You're getting some
I'm building my foundation.
Yes.
You got to have substance, and then we'll take care of the party boys later, all right?
100%.
So we got Stevie singing campfire songs by the bonfire, because he plays guitar. I don't know if he does, but I know he does.
Exactly.
And then we coming back, and we're popping a bottle of some good wine, and Pop is going to talk about fucking foreign policy.
Wow. I mean, if that's this is your house. You get to pick what you want.
So we have those taken care of. You're gonna want to sprinkle those in. It's a long 3 months.
I feel that. I 100% respect that. And I have some in my back pocket, some of those that I
The
think
adults know which house they're staying at. Let's say that.
oh, the fucking loser adults. Okay, so Kerr and Pop. Wow. I mean, that's a lot of wins, especially early in a career between the two. Ime and Luke, not so much.
I like Ime and Luke. I definitely think you guys are gonna, be partying up. You're not gonna have a shortage of women for sure.
Well, and so this next one is from stories told to me by his college roommate who was my NJB coach, he also polls. His name, he just got fired either today or yesterday.
Oh,
Steve
no, you didn't.
Nash.
Stevie.
The
He went with Steve
sickest.
Nash.
And he
Cool.
gives me major Chad Mills vibes. Just
Really?
like good, I feel like good at every sport. I mean, obviously played soccer, or his dad did professionally.
You want to play soccer?
Like,
yeah. Volleyball? Let's
exactly,
do it.
100%.
Hoops? You got it. Need a quarterback? Sure. Beer pong? Best of here.
100%. He's that
me?
guy.
You want to play poker? Probably. Yeah.
Exactly. I'll take your money. No, and I'm taller than him too. So it's like it's just an added bonus. You know what I mean? You need to not be the shortest guy in a group.
Right.
So.
Right. And so speaking of group compatibility, and may you call it house chemistry, right? Not everyone could be a star, right? And sometimes you need role players to fill around that star, and you don't always get your star in the first round. But if you're Josh Landers, you get him in the third.
Wow.
One, Magic Johnson.
Wow, he's on the list. Is this pre-AIDS? That was my one stipulation.
This is peak Magic. We're talking 16 games as a head coach for the Lakers in the late 90s, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And it counts. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I need to say much about this pick. Magic Johnson lives at our house. So a lot comes with that.
Now, do you know he has AIDS? Does he know he has AIDS at the time? Is this now?
I mean, I think this is like post-AIDS, but also post-cure.
Oh, okay. That's a good time.
Like he's not viral.
But he's still a little bit of a risk. Yeah, exactly.
There's a stigma.
100%.
But he's also still rich. Not that it really matters. Plenty of money in these houses.
Plenty, yeah. I'm not paying any bills.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, I like that. I can't believe he was on my list. That's the first one you stole from me, actually.
I love that.
That's crazy. Go on.
Well, I was just saying, it's your pick, but I was just saying my mind is starting to creep towards those former players.
Yeah, okay, so that's what I was looking at, and it seems like they just get it, you know what I mean? Luke and Steve both kind of, obviously Steve way better than Luke, but like they're those mid-thousands. I mean, like you said, the adults know where they're going, and it's not with these young bucks here. So we're taking two generations, but yeah, I like the old players. That being said, though, we do need some age in this house.
Oh, don't take my guy.
And we're going to go with Don Nelson.
Don Nelson.
So sick. And let me tell you why. I remember Matt Barnes doing an interview where he said after they beat, who was it? Goddamn, Mavs? The We Believe was at like 07, 08 or something like that.
Yeah. They beat the Jazz.
Okay, whoever was the top seed. Yeah, exactly. AK-47. Okay, that was.
Oh wait, no. They beat the Mavs.
Was it the Mavs?
They lost to the Jazz.
Oh, later that season though.
The next round.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what it was. They said Don Nelson threw like the biggest party they'd ever seen. Like any of the players still to this day had ever seen. He's like, I think he had a house on Lake Merritt in Oakland, just like in the private community. They said Owen Wilson was there, Jessica Alba, Kate Upton, Snoop. They said he had like every famous person who was at the arena ended up at Don Nelson's, and
That's the best.
he had everything there. Yeah, legend. So Donnie, he's he's dead. I can't pick him. Oh my god.
No, I said it's all time.
Oh,
No, I
all
said
time.
all time.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, my bad. I was
I
gonna say,
need,
oh shit.
but that's good. That's a good segue into my next pick.
Wow.
To someone who is as dead as the cigars he smoked.
Who's this?
Mr. Red Auerbach.
Wow, he tops like everyone's list as like just the coolest cat as a coach.
Just coolest cat. Fucking, he's the guy that's gonna book the table at the club while everyone's downstairs fucking partying. He's getting his little cat nap. He already booked the table. He already called the cars. He's picking us up, and he's gonna be the last one to fall asleep every night.
100%.
He's gonna stay up every night at that whiskey table with his whiskey and his cigars, and you're gonna come home from the club and be like, you kids, take a seat.
And it's gonna seem like he's always awake too, because by the time you pass out and wake up, he's already gonna be woken up, drinking another one, having a cigar, and it's like he's gonna be eternally in the same spot.
Yeah, and you need that one roommate that's kind of doing his own thing.
100%.
Not always in the mix. You know, there you are.
That's me. Not always in the mix, but
he's in the balcony, and he's the type that's gonna order strippers and prostitutes.
And exactly, big time.
He's like, oh, you fuckers are just testing your luck out there. I'm getting laid. Fuck you guys. Every morning he's gonna be like, who got laid? None of y'all.
Me.
This guy did. Probably spent as much on drinks.
Wow. That's a great pick,
cousin.
Shit, I like what you're doing here with these guys, though.
We got the star. Magic's running the show
for sure, and he's bringing really everything you need.
We just got to fill in.
Oh shit. Okay, so are we doing how many guys? 5, you said?
Yeah. So we each have one more pick.
All right, and now I didn't know whether to. We're gonna have to do an honorable mention.
That's fine. I like that.
All right. So my next pick is Eric Musselman. Legend. He coached the Kings. You know who he is? Then went over to UNR, and he was coaching there when I was there, or the first couple years I was there. But he gets the boys going. He's the first guy taking his shirt off, waving it in the locker room, going nuts. He's over at Arkansas right now.
That's great.
So he's really, I think, bought into the South. I fucking love it. But he's going to be my 5th. He's the party starter every night. Eric Musselman. The must bus.
Great. The must bus. That's
They gave out shirts at Reno. So sick.
That's awesome. So my last pick here is a name you may know, you may not know. He used to do NBA, whatever you call it, TV. He was on ABC, like the broadcast or whatever. Bill Simmons used to do it. Magic did it for a while. His name's Hubie Brown.
Wow.
Is that ringing a bell?
Kinda. I mean, not. I couldn't put a face to a name, but I feel like I've heard that before. Now, why would you add Hubie to the house?
Well, I just remember watching him on TV and thinking that's a really fucking cool guy. Mainly. Coached for the Bucks, the Hawks, the Knicks, the Grizzlies.
How old
486.
How old is Mr. Hubie? Is he older? I mean, is he dead?
He's old enough to be named Hubie.
Exactly. So. That's why I was asking. He sounds like he's dead.
I don't know. I don't have much. He was a former math teacher, schooled his pupils in basketball fundamentals.
Wow.
And took great pride in ensuring his squads were always well prepared.
Love that. There's nothing better than a coach that just harps fundamentals. Those teams always, maybe not win championships, but they always get there.
Yeah, and on a serious note, dude, there's coaches that preach results. We got to win a game. They're telling you this at practice. We got to win this week, or we got to win state, yada, yada, yada. But then there's coaches that focus on the process, you know?
Exactly.
Because you can't control if you win state. All you can control is if you're fucking 1% better, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and it's like I don't know, similar to like UFC, like a coach yelling like stuff to takedown. It's like, well, no fuck. Like
Yeah.
obviously, like show me how. You know what I mean? Like let me know. Give me something to work with. You can't just say do it. Obviously, I want to, but there's that middle ground. What's not. I like that. Wow, Hubie.
Yeah.
Wow, you got all the old 70 plussers
And Magic.
and
Just
Magic.
throwing oops everywhere, though. Believe that. Like,
Believe that. Steve can still play.
Steve could still play, and he could still play, and let alone he's the type of guy. If you kick it to him for an open J, knockdown.
And that's what Michael was too scared to shoot, so they passed it to Steve on that, or whatever he said. Such a jackass.
So who's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is Becky Hammon.
Oh, I like it. Get some home puss in the house.
Hey, you said that, not me.
I thought this was a safe space, Jim.
It is. No, she's not really. She's not my honorable mention.
Hey, you said that, not me.
No, I don't really have an honorable mention. I just put her on the list because how awesome would it be to have Becky Hammon at the house?
Yeah, no it wouldn't. And my honorable mention was Jason Kidd.
Wow, he's another one on my list. I feel like we've hung out with a lot of Jason kids in our life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like
big guy.
Through like JUCO and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of, obviously he applied himself and he's a professional athlete and coach, but I feel like a lot of guys, that mentality of just being a dog, but those guys not actually being that.
Yeah, exactly. And just an overall player for my house, you know?
Big time.
You guys want to run shots? Yeah, let's do it.
He seems like he could play some poker. I don't know why.
Exactly.
But he seems like a guy that'll take all your money and not think twice.
Exactly.
Damn.
So, there goes the house, man.
Nice. Well, I'll definitely post those. We'll get a vote going.
I'm down. Should we do a little recap? Can I move Jason Kidd into my starting lineup and move Hubie down? Or is final?
No, you can definitely move Jason in.
All right, good. So we got Steve Kerr,
yes.
Greg Popovich, Magic Johnson.
The color? Red
Auerbach. Nice. See? We need that. He's up in the attic. I don't know where he's at. And then we got Mr. Jason Kidd.
Nice.
And I think that'd be a good little squad.
I do too, but it just seems like they're going to be at a slower pace.
They might be.
That's perfectly good.
And how can Red live with the Laker, dude?
Wow. Good.
Red can't live with Magic. I didn't even think about that, dude.
That's why he's going to be in the attic all by himself. And then I went Mr. Luke, Ime, Steve Nash, Don Nelson, and Eric Musselman. Don Nelson's kind of my odd man out there, but I feel like he's got the money and he still likes to have a good time. He reminds me of John Daly, which kind of always was game for whatever up until the end.
Yeah, YOLO mentality.
Exactly. Shoot, that's good stuff. And the last thing I wanted to talk about a little bit, how's your fantasy football? How's your team doing this year?
Oh, God. Well, actually, I have news. So I recently just made a trade in the Matt Toscano League, otherwise known as The League.
Wow.
Jay Hutch is in this league. Ben Lentz is in this league. Cousin Kevin is in this league. So I just made a trade with Cousin Kevin.
Ooh, who for what? What for who?
All right, so I gave him Kamara, Bobby Tonyan, and fucking George Pickens. You writing this down? And he just so we can follow. And he gave me Dallas Goedert, Michael Pittman, and Damian Harris. Did I lose this trade?
Who was the first guy you said? It was Tonyan, Pickens, and
Kamara. The best player in this whole trade. Typically, you give up the best player, you lose the trade. Whoever gets the best player typically wins the trade, I must say.
Yeah, unless you needed guys for the position that, you know what I mean? And if you're filling holes, it's like you got to do what you got to do. If you're making up two spots for a guy who's taking up one spot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't
So
know
I
if you
did
did
it.
that.
Sometimes you just got to reshuffle the deck. I
Right.
think I got the better of him, to be honest, because I would never play Pickens, and I didn't want to play Tanyan, and then who's the third guy? And Kamara's pretty good, but yeah, fair trade, I'd say. I got good value.
Yeah, I mean, that seems fair both ways. I feel like both of you guys picked up. I mean, that's huge for him. Fuck.
But yeah, I got what's it called? So in all my leagues, I'm pretty much in the same position. It's pretty much who I am as a fantasy football player, sitting around 7, 8. Striking distance.
Hey,
500.
don't let you get into playoffs. That's the
Yeah.
talk around team or town. Don't let Josh get into playoffs because his team's gonna get hot.
Don't let me win tonight.
Wow,
D-
we got
don't let
Pedro in
us win tonight.
4, or I forget. That's a great.
We got Pedro in game 5. What's the shit? We got Schill in game 5, Pedro in game 6, and game 7. Anything can happen.
There you go. 4 days in October. That's probably my favorite 30 for 30.
Same.
That
Everyone
or the U,
in the building knows he's gonna steal. Dave Roberts.
And
Takes a big lead, and he kept throwing me back. One time, I think he almost got me. I look up, same. No, that's a great doc, man.
It really
and
is.
So, yeah, I mean, when it comes to fantasy football, last year I did break the record for most points earned in a regular season by any fantasy football team in the history of the Matt Landers Memorial Football League.
Wow.
This team was a team that had Calvin Ridley, who didn't play a snap. This was a team that had Derrick Henry, that went down with an injury game 4, game 5, maybe game 8.
And so in that league, do you guys have like 2 keepers? Is it like a keeper and a super keeper, or did you do?
Keeper, super keeper. You keep 2 players the first year, and then you get rid of one of them, and you keep the other one for another year.
Oh, that's fuck. And who are your keepers in that league?
To be determined, but since we're in a super draft year, so it's fresh slate.
Oh, wow.
I get to choose 2 people from my roster this year. I had a Jonathan Taylor trade go down the fucking dumpster with X. He texts me, "Hey, this deal's gonna get done tonight." Cool.
It
didn't get done.
That's a Craigslist deal in De La Rocha. I love it.
Yes,
they're always finding the best
exactly,
deal.
dude.
Hey, he shopped around. He saw, wasn't happy. He's not buying. I respect that.
Right, but then he gets back to me like, "I'm not going to trade him to anyone else. I won't snake you on this." But it's like, hey, you just told me you were going to get the deal done, and then you didn't do it. So now that you're telling me you're not going to snake me on it, you're just going to go do it. Like, it's not going to stop you. That
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
that isn't going to fucking stop you. You're just going to take the best deal available, you fucking snake. But no, no, it's all love to the De La Rocha.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Shout
Shout
and the
out
extended family, all the way out to Zach De La Rocha. Of
Rage
of Rage Against the Machine. He played at our block party once upon a time.
Shut up.
Which isn't a true story, but
I was gonna say, I don't even know if Dave's ever talked to him.
I don't think so. Maybe like a family reunion.
He's talked to his cousin that was in the UFC. I forget his name, but
yeah, that was
his
real,
uncle.
Right?
Yeah. He like has a gym in Washington or something like that. But he was at a heavyweight. He was sick. I remember watching that, getting hype.
That's fire. Yeah.
D-Rich the sickest. Well, I brought up fantasy because I am co-owning a team now.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think I've told you with Mikey. He drafted this year, but next year will be my first year getting my fingers into a draft. So
the Oracle.
Exactly.
Hey, 0 RB, baby. 0 RB.
Is that what you play?
You build out that roster. I mean, not typically. I'm actually the opposite.
You go RB
typically,
heavy?
But I don't think it's a winning strategy. Yeah, I typically like to go RB, 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 RB.
Holy hell. And then just trade bait them?
Figure it out later. No, well, that too, yeah. But then just, you have that strong foundation. Like, it depends on what type of league you have. Like, if I can't fit all of them in my starting lineup, maybe I'll just go 3 running backs out of my first 4 picks. It's typically my strategy. And then I just have that sewed up, and then there's always so many wide receivers.
That's true, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, that's the thing about fantasy. I've never done it before. So I'm helping. I mean, he's just as shitty as me. We could flip a coin.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's shit. But yeah, the reason why I say go 0 RB is because the running backs are way more likely to get hurt. So you have a little bit more security. If you draft like a top end player at wide receiver, like they're more likely to be there at the end of the season.
Right, like what's his name? Brees freaking
Hall? Exactly.
Yeah,
you're like, you feel sick when he's going off, like he's going off, but running backs don't last, man.
Yeah. That's a good point. I'll put that down in the notes. Shoot. Well, my brother, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
You got it, Jim.
And I just wanted to say, if anybody listens to this and is taking my UFC picks, don't fade me. Fade me heavy.
Hey,
I have not hit a bet yet. And I was like, you know what? I'll try my hand. Monday Night Football. There's no way the Browns win. Fuck Jacoby Brissett. I bet the Bengals in the under, and it was the Browns, and they hit right on the money. So,
wow.
Don't do what I say. I suck. And that's all. You got any final words for us, Josh?
I kind of do. I kind of want to give out some picks now that we're talking on the subject.
I was going to text you, and I totally forgot. So I have some picks. While you look up something.
So I'm looking up some of these spreads here. I got to say I'm a huge teaser guy. You know, smart money plays teasers, but sometimes you got to have, scared money don't make none at the same time. So I'll just kind of go through these lines as I'm hearing them. We got Houston plus 13.5. We got New England minus 5.5. We got Jacksonville plus 1.5, which I kind of like. We got Minnesota minus 3.5 against Washington. So put that in as my pick of the week.
Minnesota
minus the points.
I took them, yes. So they're on mine as well.
All right.
Which sucks for you.
Now, do I dare say Jets plus 13 in a divisional matchup? I'm looking at that. Don't lock that in yet. That's tasty.
That's a lot, though.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
I like it. And it's the Bills.
Yeah.
But all we need is a backdoor cover. This is the NFL.
Good teams
aren't even
don't
bad.
win. Good teams cover.
Great teams. Wait. No, good teams win.
Great teams cover.
There
Same
it is.
shit.
Thank you. We had to right the ship on that one.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, Green Bay minus 3.5 is kind of staring at me. Rodgers owns the Lions.
I took them too.
I think we could lock that one in. You could put that as one of my picks there. I don't think we want to do Carolina plus 7. Wow. We definitely don't want to lay any points with Miami. We kind of love the Chargers minus 3. I kind of love the Chargers minus 3 against Atlanta.
Yeah.
The only problem is I don't know what their health situation is right now. That's the thing. We're like already in the middle of the season, but it is the NFL. We're getting points on Seattle.
Who are they playing?
Arizona. Seattle's 5 and we're not locking that in, but Seattle's 5-3. Arizona's 3-5.
And the new Call of Duty just came out. So Kyler has been gaming.
Where's this game being played? Arizona. All right. So they're pretty much saying that they think that Seattle is 1 point better than Arizona on a neutral field. Rams, Tampa Bay feels like a stay away. Wow, Tennessee plus 12.5 against Kansas City. I don't think I like it, but I kind of do. Big Mike Vrabel fan. If this was the NFL coaches draft, he would have been the number 1 pick.
Really?
Yeah, I love that man.
Wow, pencil that in for another one. We'll do an NFL coaches.
I'm down.
Dick
I'm
cut
seriously
number
down.
1.
All right, let's do the 3 that we were talking about.
So Minnesota, Packers, and then was it Chargers or Jacksonville that you wanted?
No, I think well, now that you mentioned the Chargers, I kind of do like the Chargers, but I was thinking the Jets plus 13.
Jets.
Let's just ride with them.
Let it ride. Okay.
Bonus bet Chargers. Bonus bet Chargers.
Bonus bet Chargers. So your Minnesota, Green Bay, New York parlay is plus 600.
Oh, you putting this in the computer right now?
I'm just putting it into my bookie. I just put a $10 bet on that for you for us.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. And then I put one on the Vikings minus 3.5, Packers minus 3.5, and Panthers plus 7.5. I know you said you didn't like that, but they need to show us something.
Well, yeah, Cincinnati's bang the fuck up, dude. I mean, I don't hate it.
And
I don't hate it.
They just did me dirty on Monday Night Football, so it was very easy to pick against them. But sweet.
Okay. Glad we did that.
Those are some picks. Yeah, we'll definitely review. Kevin Callie, want to give a shout out. He's the only one that hit his parlay last week. Just accruing units little by little. You got to love that. Kev Cal, shout out. Atta babe. Me and Boogs still yet to hit.
Hey, we'll make it up in the aggregate, Jim.
Yeah, exactly. Well, me and Hutch did bet the Phillies game 1, and then bet them pregame. They go down 5-0. We bet them at plus 1,200. They come back and win. So we're still
let's go.
Still plus for the last month, but not for a lifetime. That's for goddamn sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, Jlannd. Well, until next time, I will talk to you later, brother.
All right.
Peace.
Peace, Jim.